Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So today I'm going to share with you this huge, epic, completely over the top haul. It was my birthday a few days ago. We're not going to talk about numbers. They get scarier and scarier every year. But I thought, what could be more fun than to have this gigantic haul to celebrate my birthday? Now, there are 20 fragrances in total. I don't know if I will fit them all into one video or if there will be two parts. I guess you will know that by the title. Before we start, I want to make a couple of disclaimers. Not that I have to, but I will. First of all, these were not purchased all at once. I have been collecting these fragrances over a substantial period of time, 2 or 3 months at least. Some of them I've had maybe even longer. Second of all, not all of them were purchased. There are gifts in here and there are swaps in here as well. And lastly, if you watched my declutter videos, which I posted just a few weeks ago, you saw that I decluttered around 24 or 25 fragrances. And after filming those videos, I actually went through my collection again and decluttered even more. So in total, I would say that probably around 30 fragrances have left. So out with the old, in with the new. Let's start with this haul. Let's start with the house of Initio. Now, I have been testing a number of their samples for quite some time. And when I initially tried the samples, this one was not my favorite. But the more I tested it, the more I fell in love with it, and I just had to have a full bottle. And I actually purchased a partial bottle from someone that was selling it. This is Psychedelic Love, like I said, from Initio. So this is the box. The overall sleeve comes off, and of course, there's another box inside. And let's open it. It's very tight. So here's the bottle. There's the little booklet here. Let's take it out. Again, very tight. So the bottle is beautiful. I mean, they have these purple bottles. They have black and they have white. Purple are really my favorite. So here we go. So what is Psychedelic Love about? So the main notes in here are bergamot, heliotrope, ylang ylang, hedione, rose, myrrh, sandalwood. And I would say that heliotrope is very, very, very present here. I think this is the note that really makes this fragrance. It is definitely kind of sweet, kind of powdery, and a little bit nutty. You have myrrh that gives a touch of resinous quality to it, and sandalwood brings creaminess. There is some sweetness in here. Rose is listed, although I do not get rose in here at all. It is such an addictive scent. It's probably my favorite heliotrope centric type of scent. It is sweet but not too sweet. It is resinous but not too resinous. It is creamy but not too creamy. It's just a little bit of everything. Beautiful, beautiful scent. Like I said, the more I tested my sample, the more I fell in love with this one. So I just really needed to have it, and I absolutely love it. I'm not going to go into a lot of details about all of these fragrances, like I said, because we have so many and then it will take forever. Just kind of briefly talk to you about each one. So again, this is Psychedelic Love from Initio, and I absolutely love it. Next, I have a fragrance that nobody talks about. In fact, nobody talks about this line in general, which is really a shame because this is a hidden gem. Amazing. This is, I guess this is a private line from Chopard, and the fragrance that I have is called Miel d'Arabie. So it comes in this green box. We open it. The fragrance is in a pouch. So let's take it out. The bottle is also beautiful. There are a number of fragrances in this line. This is the only one that I have and the only one that I tried. But if all of them are like this, then I definitely need to try them because, like I said, this one is absolutely stunning. So again, here's the bottle. The notes in here, and there are not very many. We have spices, honey, pomegranate, and tea. This fragrance, I would say, is definitely unisex. Although there is honey in here, it is not very sweet. It is not kind of, you know, honey that you would buy in a store and it's extremely sweet, and it's just not that type of honey. It sort of smells to me more like raw honey, I would say. And you have pomegranate, which also tones it down and brings a touch of tartness to it. There is tea in here, and you do get a tea note, but again, it is not very prominent. And spices are here as well, but again, they're not very prominent. I almost get a little bit of citrusy vibe as well. Overall, it is soft and beautiful and just gorgeous, gorgeous scent. There's something so magical about it. It's kind of, I find this scent very relaxing. When I wear it, it really kind of calms me down and relaxes me. Absolutely outstanding. This is not a beast. This is kind of on a gentler side, although it has good lasting power, but projection is very, very mild. Overall, gorgeous, stunning scent. This is absolutely outstanding. I have no idea why no one talks about it, but I would definitely recommend it. This is gorgeous. Next, let's talk about another fragrance that not many talk about. In fact, when I purchased it, I've heard about it from Olya Bar, and I'm sure that most of you are familiar with her. She has Instagram, she has YouTube channel, and she has an impeccable taste, and she's stunning. So if you guys don't know her, I'm gonna link her in the description, of course. Definitely check her out. But I heard about this fragrance from her, and the way that she talked about it and the way she described it, I thought I'm going to love it, and I do love it. This is fragrance from Frappon. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, and this is 1270. So here's the packaging. We take off the overall sleeve. Here's the box. It opens up this way, and the fragrance is here. So let me take it out. Boxes are falling all over. So here's the bottle. Okay, so what is this about? The notes in here are pineapple, plum, resin, tonka, dried fruits, honey, cacao, orange, coffee, hazelnut, vanilla, woods. This was mainly described as kind of a boozy fragrance, and you know that I have been really into boozy scents, and so I really wanted to try this one. And when I first sprayed it, I thought, I'm not really getting any boozy qualities here. When I first sprayed, what I really get more than anything else is pineapple. Pineapple is quite strong, but it is not, it is sort of not sour and not sweet. It is sort of a kind of a mild, if there is such a thing, a mild type of pineapple. Maybe it is, you know, toned down by plum, dried fruits. I'm not sure, but really pineapple is very strong. And as it starts drying down, the pineapple is still there, but it kind of goes down a little bit, and other notes are coming through more. So this is where I'm getting more of that, a little bit of coffee and hazelnut and vanilla and tonka and resins, and all of those things are kind of blending together and coming through more. And I do get sort of a slightly boozy vanilla with some pineapple. Now, the vanilla that's in here really reminds me of vanilla in Nishane Ani. It has that same kind of really creamy, smooth, milky type of quality. Now, the two fragrances overall are nothing alike, but the type of vanilla that's in here really, really reminds me of Ani. I would say this is a great boozy scent for warm weather, because I think most boozy scents, at least in my mind, are more suitable for colder weather. This one, I think, is a perfect one for warmer weather. This fragrance is stunning. Again, this is not a beast. The performance is very mediocre. It doesn't have the biggest projection and it doesn't have the best lasting power. So I definitely have to overspray with this one. But this is a beauty. The scent is absolutely beautiful. Again, I think more people need to talk about this one. Gorgeous, gorgeous scent. I do have quite a few fragrances here from my wish list, and the next one is one of those fragrances. It's the one that I've tested quite a while ago and had on my wish list for a while and finally decided to get it. This is from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and it is Gentle Fluidity Gold. So here it is. Let's throw out the box. Here we go. This is, of course, another fragrance that's about vanilla. So the main notes in here are, in addition to vanilla, amber, musk, juniper, nutmeg, coriander, woody notes, and vanilla is definitely here. It has a certain sparkly quality, or slightly, again, that kind of slightly burnt sugar quality. It is slightly woody, but not too much. So it definitely has some kind of sparkly quality. It's a sparkly vanilla. That's how I would describe it. Now, I've read some reviews saying that this is kind of very similar to the Tiziana Terenzi Deluxe or Intense Cafe from Montal. And when I spray this on and when I wear it, I don't get the comparison at all. To me, these are very different. The funny thing is that when I used this for the first time and my husband came into the room, he said, "Are you wearing Deluxe?" So clearly he gets the comparison. I don't. To me, it's a completely different fragrance. Really, really beautiful, classy, elegant, just a must-have, I think. Again, this is the type of vanilla that I think is very suitable for warmer weather because it is not too sweet, it is not too heavy. So this is Gentle Fluidity Gold from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Next one I've talked about already. I had a dedicated video to this fragrance, but I still wanted to mention in my overall haul, and that is, of course, you know, my biggest unicorn, the one that I finally caught. This is Italica from Xerjoff. I'm not really going to spend any time talking about it because, like I said, I have a dedicated video about this. If you haven't watched it, I'm going to link it up here. This is a stunning, stunning fragrance. It is almond, milk, and toffee. That's what I get most out of this. This is a beautiful gourmand. The only thing I would say is when I did that original video talking about this fragrance, you know, I wanted to be objective and I wanted to make sure that I shared all the information about it with you. And I think maybe it might have come off in that video like I was slightly disappointed with this fragrance. So let me make it clear, I'm definitely not disappointed with it. I absolutely love it. I'm thrilled to have it. It is a beautiful, beautiful and unique gourmand. I still stand by what I said in that video. I don't think it's the best gourmand ever, but it doesn't diminish this fragrance by any means. It is stunning and I absolutely love it. Next, I have this would we call it sample? No, mini set of fragrance from Maison Dior. And this is a swap that I did with my beautiful friend Nisha. So let me open them. Here are the bottles. I am not going to go through all of these because, you know, we'll be here forever. I will just mention some of my favorites. So I would say my top three from this set are Amber Nuit, which is, of course, their amber fragrance. I also really enjoyed Sakura, I don't know. And my probably top pick out of all of these would be Gris Dior. And I think if I was to purchase another bottle from Maison Dior, I would definitely want it to, my next one to be Gris Dior. So I will tell you quickly about this one. It has rose, patchouli, oak moss, bergamot, cedar, sandalwood, and amber. And it is a gorgeous rose and patchouli combination. Yes, it's, you know, we've seen many fragrances like that. Yes, I don't think there's anything extraordinary or anything super unique about the scent, and yet it is absolutely captivating. Everything is put together so masterfully, so beautifully. And because I'm a huge fan of rose scents, I really, really love this one. So out of this whole set, I would say that Gris Dior was definitely my number one. Okay, next one is probably the only sort of miss in this whole. And you know that I have Nia from Juliette Matt. I've been raving about it forever. And for a long time, this was the only fragrance that I've tried from this house, and I really wanted to try more. So I finally bit the bullet. I bought another fragrance, and unfortunately, I sort of missed with it. So the one that I purchased is Terrace St-Germain. I'm sure I completely butchered that name, but that's the best I can do. So let's open it. Here it is. Here's the bottle. The same, all of their fragrances come in the same bottles, just the color of the juice is different in some of them. So the notes in here are rhubarb, grapefruit, tangerine, freesia, rose, lotus, musk, patchouli, sandalwood. And when I read these notes, I thought that this was going to be really fresh, kind of sparkly, kind of slightly tart, slightly zesty type of fragrance, because there's rhubarb, there's grapefruit, tangerine, freesia, and I'm thinking of all of those notes that create that kind of effect. And the reason this is a miss is not because this is a bad fragrance or bad smelling fragrance, but it's because it's not what I expected. To me, this scent is mostly about patchouli, patchouli with kind of honeyed florals. There's no honey in here, but that's what I feel like it has. So patchouli is very present here, and florals are here. It's kind of probably the mix of rose and freesia. And the longer the scent sits on the skin, kind of the sweeter it becomes, but not sweet like vanilla, but more sweet like honey. So that's what I'm getting from it. There's really no kind of freshness and zestiness that I was expecting from citruses and from rhubarb. That's missing for me, and that's what I was looking for in this fragrance. So that's why I'm kind of considering it a miss, and most likely I will be decluttering this fragrance. So in fact, if anyone is interested, let me know. I don't think I will be keeping it. Again, not because it's a bad scent. It is not. It is just not what I was looking for. Next, I have a fragrance from the private line of Boucheron, and you know that I already have Amber d'Alexandrie, which I absolutely love. And my friend Chris, the Perfume Nest, was talking about this fragrance in one of her videos, and she really knows how to describe fragrances. She's amazing at it. And I just fell in love with her description and thought, yeah, I must try this. And surprisingly, this is an iris scent. It's called Iris de Syracuse. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. So it comes in the same packaging, and the bottle is huge. I think it's 120 or 125 ml. I mean, these bottles are humongous. So here's the bottle. The notes in here are pepper, orange, pear, iris, heliotrope, jasmine, musk, vanilla, patchouli. So definitely the scent is about iris. It's a beautiful iris scent. It is very gentle, it's very light, it is very feminine scent. Iris is not too powdery, and it is also not too sweet, although it gets sweeter the longer the scent sits on the skin. It is a little bit musky. It has a touch of pear. I think that brings a touch of fruitiness to this. There's pepper in here. I'm not really getting that. It has a slightly sort of lipsticky vibe. But overall, a really nice iris scent. Is it groundbreaking? No. Is it something out of the ordinary? No. But I think especially for those that really enjoy iris scents, I would definitely recommend this one. It is beautiful. Like I said, very, very feminine scent. Next, let's talk about another house that I don't hear many people talking about. And I love discovering fragrances that are not sort of hyped up and really talked about. And this is from the house of, and I have no idea how to pronounce it correctly, but let's give it a shot. Luban, I don't know. And the fragrance is called Upper 10. I actually ordered a number of samples from this house, and overall, I will tell you, I was quite impressed. There are a lot that I really, really liked, and I knew that I, for now, only wanted to purchase one full bottle, and it was quite a challenge to narrow down to which one I was going to purchase because there are so many that I liked. I don't know why. I believe this is a very old fragrance house, and I don't know why it is not talked about these days. It's beautiful. They have some real gems in it. I am sure that eventually I will be adding a few more to my collection because they have really outstanding scents. But as my first purchase from this brand, I decided to go with Upper 10. So we have this overall cover, which we're gonna take off, and here's the bottle. Okay, let's take it out. I am covered in boxes everywhere. So here it is. Very interesting, unique looking type of bottle. So the notes in here are grapes, resins, wormwood, raspberry, bergamot, rose, pepper, incense, dark chocolate, woody notes, and amber. And this is a really interesting fragrance, kind of different. I would say it is very incensey. It almost has that burning candle kind of vibe. Like when I was talking about Memoirs of a Trespasser from Imaginary Authors, I said it has a burning candle vibe. This one is kind of similar. So it does have a very similar vibe of a burning candle. It is very deep. It is definitely resinous. It has sort of these fruity floral notes mixed with chocolate and resins and incense and a bit of woods. So it's a little bit of everything. I would say it is maybe even, yes, there is a bit of amber in here as well. So it is very thick fragrance. It is very deep. It is not perhaps a beast, but it is a very powerful scent, I would say. Very unique. I definitely don't have anything in my collection that smells like this. I don't think it will appeal to everyone. I would not say this is a safe blind buy, but if you're able to sample it, I would definitely recommend it. This is a very interesting scent. Next, I have a fragrance that I was so excited to get because these are really hard to find and they're extremely expensive, and I actually purchased it from fragrance Facebook group that I belong to, and I just got lucky and found it there. This was a tester, so I don't have a box for it. This is from Perfume Roma, and this is called Cerriso. I hope I pronounced it correctly. So you can see on the back that this is a tester. For gourmand lovers, for those that enjoy chocolate, you must try this. This is a beauty. So the notes in here are dark chocolate, vanilla, bitter orange, and exotic woods. Chocolate is very present in here, and it is definitely dark chocolate, but it also has sort of very creamy and buttery texture. And bitter orange is here as well, which brings really nice kind of sort of citrusy, but sort of earthy type of element. Mostly, of course, this fragrance is about chocolate. I have another fragrance that's about chocolate that's wicked good from Gallagher Fragrances. So if I were to compare the two, they are quite different. Wicked Good is sweeter. It has definitely has milk chocolate. So it is maybe a bit, I would say, sharper and sweeter. This one is definitely creamier and less sweet. So it is gorgeous, but it's not too sweet. So I think this is perfectly unison. This was quite a find that I'm really excited to add to my collection. And I think I'm going to end it here because I've been talking for almost half an hour and I think I'm only halfway through this haul. So clearly this is going to be a two-parter. We're going to pick up with the remaining fragrances in part 2. Please make sure to watch it because there are some really amazing fragrances still left to talk about. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And I will see you soon in part 2 of this ginormous haul. Bye for now.